Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to give you 12 latest defense updates. Number 1. Indian Army backs stealth UCAV programs. The Indian Army is making a bold pivot in its unmanned aerial vehicle strategy, throwing its weight behind indigenous stealth UCAV programs to carve out operational autonomy from the Indian Air Force. Sources tell that the Army, long reliant on IAF assets for close air support and deep strikes, is now championing the development of the 1:1 1.1 ton stealth wing flying testbed Swift technology demonstrator as a mini bomber platform. This move signals a growing tri-service jostle over unmanned domains where ISR missions have traditionally blurred lines between the Army, Navy and Air Force, but combat roles could redefine ground-centric warfare. The Swift TD, a scaled-down flying wing prototype under the DRDO's Aeronautical Development Establishment, has already stunned IAF evaluators with its low observable profile and subsonic stability during maiden flights in 2022. Originally a technology demonstrator for the ambitious 13-ton Ghatak UCAV, India's flagship stealth strike drone, the 1.1 ton platform is now eyed for full operational conversion into a versatile mini UCAV bomber. Next, IAF eyes NASM MR for long-range air-launched anti-ship strike role. The Indian Navy's long-awaited naval anti-ship missile medium-range NASM-MR, in short, also designated medium-range anti-ship missile, is rapidly evolving from a pure ship killer into a multi-role family. Sources close to the program have confirmed that the Indian Air Force has formally expressed strong interest in joining the NASM-MR program and is pushing for the development of an air-to-surface variant optimized for land attack missions. The new derivative would give the IAF a subsonic sea skimming low-level terrain following cruise missiles with a 350-kilometer standoff range at a fraction of the cost of current heavyweights like the Scalp EG and BrahMos A. Currently led by DRDO's Aeronautical Development Establishment for the Indian Navy, the baseline NASM-MR is an all-weather fire and forget over-the-horizon anti-ship missile designed to neutralize frigates, corvettes, destroyers and amphibious ships from beyond their defensive envelopes. Next, F404 to stay for Tejas Mk1A now. The Ministry of Defense has categorically dismissed speculation about launching a new 90 to 95K and thrust class engine program specifically for the Tejas Mk1A fleet, with a senior official telling that the recently contracted General Electric F404 IN-20 engines will comfortably serve the light combat aircraft program for the next 15 to 20 years without requiring any indigenous replacement. Next, India tests SLBM. While much of the world slept, India quietly underscored the depth and reliance of its strategic deterrence. According to reports, New Delhi conducted a sea-launched ballistic missile test in Bay of Bengal, reinforcing the message that India's nuclear posture operates beyond visibility and beyond easy reach. The launch aligns with the previously issued notification for a likely sea-based missile test off the coast of Visakhapatnam with the designated test range extended to approximately 3,240 km. Although there has been no official confirmation on the exact missile variant, informed assessment suggests the test could have involved the K4 SLBM, potentially fired from the indigenously built nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine INS Arighat. Next, India plans deep overhaul of T-90 tanks. The Defence Acquisition Council, chaired by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, is scheduled to meet on December 26 to deliberate on several major capital acquisition and upgrade proposals. Among the most significant agenda items is a plan to undertake a comprehensive overhaul of 4 regiments of the Indian Army's T-90 main battle tanks, a move aimed at restoring and extending the operational life of the armored fleet. Highly placed sources have described the proposed overhaul as effectively a factory reset for the tanks. Next, Indian Navy Marcos induct Hover B kamikaze drones. The Indian Navy's elite special commando unit, Marcos, has inducted the Hover B kamikaze drones developed by Zulu Defense into active service, marking a significant enhancement in the Navy's precision strike and tactical reconnaissance capabilities. The induction confirms that the loitering munition system has transitioned from development and trials into operational use with one of India's most demanding combat formations. The Hover B kamikaze drone is understood to be designed for short-range precision strikes, surveillance, and rapid engagement of high-value or time-sensitive targets. Its induction by Marcos underscores growing confidence with the armed forces in indigenous unmanned combat systems, particularly for special operations where portability, accuracy, and rapid deployment are critical. Next, DRDO successfully completes user evaluation trials of Akash NG missile system. DRDO has successfully completed the user evaluation trials of next generation Akash missile system. In a statement, Defense Ministry said that during the trials, the missiles successfully intercepted aerial targets at different ranges and altitudes, including the near boundary low altitude and long range high altitude scenarios. Akash NG is a potent system for ensuring air defense against different types of aerial threats. It is equipped with an indigenous radio frequency seeker and propelled by a solid rocket motor. Next, Indian Navy pushed for CCS clearance. The Indian Navy has firmly reaffirmed its commitment to the twin-engine deck-based fighter program, with the Navy Chief recently clarifying that the project is very much alive and that significant movement is expected in the near term. The confirmation puts to rest speculation surrounding the future of India's indigenous carrier-borne fighter and underscores the Navy's continued intent to pursue a domestically developed solution tailored to its evolving operational requirements. Conceived as a 5- generation deck-based fighter, the DETBF is expected to borrow extensively from the avionics, sensor, and the mission systems being developed for India's 5th generation AMCA. Next, Indian Army to reassess Apache fleet size. With the Indian Army beginning to take deliveries of its long-delayed AH-64E Apache attack helicopters from Boeing, Army leadership is expected to review the future size of its Apache fleet amid continuing operational requirements and a parallel focus on indigenous alternatives. The Army had placed orders for 6 Apache helicopters, but the limited number and delayed deliveries have once again brought the issue of fleet adequacy into focus. The Army had originally projected a requirement for 12 to 18 Apache helicopters to effectively equip its strike corps formation. However, approval was granted for only 6 helicopters, which were subsequently ordered. Next, India plans induction of BrahMos ER. India is planning to begin the induction of the extended range BrahMos ER missile with a reach of up to 800 kilometers from 2028 onwards, as flight tests are currently underway to validate its longer range flight profile. The program represents for the next major evaluation of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles family and reflects India's intent to significantly expand its long-range precision strike capabilities across all 3 services. Next, India plans artificial intelligence-enabled interceptor drones. India is moving to develop a new class of interceptor drones designed specifically to neutralize hostile unmanned aerial system in future conflicts, reflecting the growing centrality of drone warfare on the modern battlefield. The proposed interceptor drones will be optimized to counter a wide spectrum of threats, ranging from rogue loitering munition to small tactical UAVs operating at low and medium altitude. Next, Apollo Microsystem AMS secures DRDO technology of transfer approvals for directed energy weapon system. Defense electronics firm Apollo Microsystems on Monday announced that it has received approvals from the DRDO for 2 key transfer of technology related to directed energy weapon system, marking a significant step forward in the company's expansion into next generation indigenous defense platforms. The approvals disclosed through regulatory filings cover a multi-channel of 10 kilowatt laser-based direct energy weapon system, as well as an advanced electro-optical tracking system equipped with EO sensors tailored for DEW applications. Thank you.